Learn how to paint a papier-mâché moon. I started with this plain papier-mâché moon, and I used DIY paints and a little IOD ink. I love giving life to old things, creating and crafting. I'm Kathy with GoodsonVintage Treasures, and welcome to my channel. First, you take your papier-mâché moon. I'll drop the link to where I got these down below. And I decided to paint it white, and I used vintage linen from DIY Paints. You can get this paint at GoodsonVintageTreasures.com. I gave the whole moon one coat of the vintage linen paint. DIY paint is thick and rich, and it only took one coat to paint this moon. Next, I wanted to paint the face details. I used a little black dress and a very fine brush to paint the eyebrow carefully onto the moon. It has some facial features, so it makes it easier to paint. Once I had the eyebrow painted, then I wanted to paint in the eye. And I put some fancy curlicues on the edge of the eye to give it a little more design. Then you want to continue with the eye details, adding eyelashes. And adding the inside of the eye. Then you want to add some details around the nose. Outlining these pieces make the moon stand out. The final detail to add is the lips. I wanted to emphasize the smile, so I made a big smile line. Next, we want to add petticoat pink. I'm going to use a little makeup sponge from the dollar store, and I'm going to take the sponge, dip it in the pink paint, and I'm just going to add some pink highlights around the face. I wanted my moon to have a big blue eye, so I used mermaid tail to color in his eye. Then I added a pupil and just a little bit of white for a little highlight called a catchlight in his eyes. To paint the moon's lips, I used Kissing Booth, a bright, deep pink. I found that an angle brush was the best brush to use for this purpose. Here's where I add the little bit of catch light with that white paint. It's like a photographer does when he catches light in a portrait. Now, moons have craters, right?
Yes.
So we're going to make some craters. So these little sponge things I get at the Dollar Tree. If you want to make a circle, this is your circle maker. I have two sizes. One of them's crooked, but it is the Dollar Tree. So these little sponges come from the Dollar Tree.
We have Elizabeth.
And let me tell you, do you see how much is in there? I have used this for over a year on many pieces of furniture. I use it for highlighting. I use it on the handles. It's a great product. Okay, and I'm going to take off some of this paint. I don't want too much paint on it. Okay, so I'm going to do some big circles for craters. Oh, that didn't make a good circle. There we go. I'm going to kind of twist it. And I don't want them to be, measured. I want them to be haphazard. I use two sizes for the craters, a small and a large. Okay, so it has a little bit of the paint on it. I'm gonna use a little bit of the copper patina and a little bit of white. So I'm just mixing, I have a little bit of copper patina on the table here. And I'm mixing just a little bit of white with it. And I just want to shade under the nose a little bit. And I added just a little of the copper patina and white mixed together to shade on the lips. Okay, so I'm going to use the IOD ink pad with black ink on it. And I'm going to add a little dark accent on the edge. I just think it gives it a little dimension. And the last step is to use a top coat. I like to use the DIY top coat Big Top. And I coated the whole piece with the Big Top. When dry, I added a hanger and it was ready to display. Following these same steps, I made 3 moons. I think they look great. I think I'm going to take one and make a Christmas wreath with it. You can buy all the paint products and the IOD ink and stamp pad at GoodsonVintageTreasures.com, and I'll drop a link below where you can get the moons. If you enjoy craft videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell. It'll send you a reminder when I post another video. And please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.